With the latest chapter Jujutsu Kaisen ending on a clash between Yuta, Koetsu, and Sukuna, fans tend to be more focused on who's going to come out on top between the prodigy or the king. But what intrigues me more than anything is the possibility of Gojo coming back, which seems to be even more possible and likely now than ever before. With the editor confirming the next chapter will be a mind-blowing change in the series that has never been seen before, and again, the spoilers for JJK chapter 248, so if you haven't seen it yet, you can turn it off or skip the video. But before I delve deeper into the video, if you want to see more content like this or similar content, hit the subscribe and like button as it helps me greatly, and comment down below what y'all want to see from me next. Or if you want to see more Gojo related content like this, let me know. In the latest chapter, we see Yuji being able to use reverse curse technique and confirm a theory I had last chapter, learning it within a month. But the important thing is that Sukuna considers Gojo's body a corpse when we see him mention how he plans to take their wounded back to Shoko to heal them, and even questions their healing ability, and we get new information that may impact Gojo's return back to the series once again. When talking about healing others, he tells us that healing others is not even half as good as healing yourself. But even Sukuna mentions that Shoko's ability to wield reverse curse technique has always been fundamentally different compared to Gojo and himself. But the thing we need to keep in mind is that Shoko's reverse curse technique when healing others has not only been shown to heal extreme injuries such as the angels, but it's shown not to be able to regrow an arm completely and heal burns on others. But this begs the question, is it possible for Gojo to come back with the help of Shoko? Gojo, the last time we've seen him, is missing the lower half of his torso and left hand thanks to these injuries, and is shown talking in the afterlife to all of his comrades. But the last thing Gojo's saying is he hopes that this isn't just an imagination, and we see him at an airport. The two things to look at are Gojo questioning if this is all a dream or imagination or not, but the fact that he's at an airport and has yet to depart implies that he has yet to move on from the living, or he's in a sort of limbo until he's fully dead. Now, again, this is what I believe to be the case, but even without this, there's another way to look at Gojo still being alive. Sukuna, after killing Yuji by removing his heart, has been dead for several days, is still able to regenerate not just his heart, but completely resurrect Yuji with reverse curse technique just like it's nothing. Now, it should be noted that Sukuna obviously is an incarnation and acts different than normal humans and sorcerers, as explained by Megami, but we see it's possible for even sorcerers to revive from death from a powerful reverse curse technique. But let's compare characters with inferior reverse curse techniques to Gojo himself. We see Yuta, who has the ability to heal others, is capable of healing 3 people at once, and we see he heals Maki, who is near death, and she's able to make full recovery because of this in Volume 0. Akari, who has arguably one of the strongest showings of reverse curse technique, is noted by Ryomen to still be inferior in terms of healing ability, despite him regenerating the right side of his torso, which is completely gone. The way Ryomen words it in both translations to me implies that it is the speed of regeneration that surpasses Gojo and Sukuna, and not the healing itself. So at least to me, Ryomen is saying in that aspect alone he's better than Sukuna and Gojo, but otherwise his healing isn't. But I've heard plenty of people disagree or have different contentions for this, so let me know what y'all think she really means in the comments down below. But if we go with the assumption that Hakari's reverse curse technique isn't greater than or at least equal to Gojo's, then with Shoko at least attempting to revive Gojo, this could lead credence to him coming back. Especially if we consider the fact that Yuji possibly can heal others and Yuta definitely can. It's possible that if all 3 at least attempt to do this, he may be able to come back. But again, Shoko and everybody's abilities to heal others would be less than half their power to heal themselves. And again, she has never been shown to heal anything crazy as, a limb or organs. The best feat is her healing the angel's arm, but even then she couldn't completely regrow it. And back what I said, she couldn't even fully heal Maki as she had several burn scars, even though Maki, thanks to her innate toughness, was able to survive this. So Sukuna saying about her reverse curse technique being not that strong makes sense. But I think the main takeaway is up to Gojo if he wants to come back. What I mean is, it's up to him if he wants to take the plane on a new journey moving forward, or if he wants to go back home to continue being a man bound by his desire to pursue Jujutsu. And obviously, if he does come back, this will definitely help and support everyone. Obviously, Gojo is still much stronger than Yuji and Yuta, and the only one Sukuna considers worthy of fighting. I definitely think this will be a greatly weakened Gojo, of course, even though Sukuna's at max power. Sukuna being much stronger than before, having a body that's been molded into being used perfectly for Jujutsu, it would make sense if Gojo does come back, that Gojo would have to become stronger or explore new Jujutsu as before. But again, this is all just my theory and speculation on my end based on the last couple of chapters, and the editor quote unquote saying that this upcoming chapter is apparently unbelievable and not something anyone would expect. So as I was editing this, I just realized I never really talked about what Gojo himself has done as healing wise. But Gojo has always been using reverse curse technique running at all times on his brain, and he is basically just, used to healing his body. Gojo's best feats of healing is when he fights Toji and is able to hear a literal cut through his throat and several stabs through his body to the point where Toji believes he's already dead. Keep in mind, this is his first time using reverse curse technique and he completely heals all his wounds like they're nothing. The biggest one in my opinion is when he casually heals from Sukuna's domain, which is a literal slashing fest the whole time. Also on a side note, he says Sukuna's curse technique is weaker than his while he's getting hit in his domain, which is the peak of his curse technique. Like, he's sitting there smiling, laughing, saying, in regards to curse technique, bro, your shit is dog shit. Which, again, I just find hilarious. I cannot stress enough how wild this feat is. And it's just one of the reasons why I'm annoyed that Gojo did lose, because a domain is meant to be the peak of what a sorcerer can do. But he also heals from major cuts across the stomach that Maharaga causes when he's caught off guard and weakened. And the main and final one that's most recognizable is when he loses his arm to Maharaga, he's able to regenerate it when his curse energy output is severely low. Keep in mind, this is after 4 domain clashes and several big attacks, and he's still not at full power. But these are the main showings of him demonstrating the best feats of RCT that only been matched by characters like Sukuna and Hikari in my opinion. But to add on to that, another theory is apparently Sukuna dying, but as a Gojo fan, if he does not return by chapter 250, I will finally admit Gojo is no more and that he did indeed die in chapter 236. But again, if Shoko even attempts to heal Gojo, I definitely think there's a good chance he will come back to the series stronger than ever. But like I said, let me know what y'all think. This was a quick little video, just a little thing on my end, and I just wanted to basically talk about a theory on if Gojo could come back. So I'm not going to go too in depth on this, but I hope y'all did enjoy and see y'all later.